Hello everybody, we'd like to welcome you to another lesson. Today we're going to do arpeggios. I think it's time to do this in our sequence of songs. These are a lot of fun, and these are going to show up in the Edna Mae Burdam the Daily Dozen books. Kind of maybe I think like in book 2 or so they start showing up, but it's good to introduce them right now, and they're a lot of fun too. And so let's start by way of review. We're going to start off with the major scale. Okay, so you know your C major scale. We're doing this because all these are going to be in the key of C today, okay, just to keep it simple. So that's your C major scale. You probably want to play that, and then remember we harmonized the major scale. So you had C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, C. Okay. And we're going to be using, remember in the key of C, your 3 main chords are your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. C's the 1, F is the 4, G is the 5. 1, 4, 5. And we're going to be using the sequence, we have the 1, okay, and we're going to have the 6 minor, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the A minor, or the 1, 6 minor, 4, 5. Okay, so we're going to be using that sequence a lot today, and again, I just like to reiterate that so you always kind of have the big picture in your head as to what you're doing. It's a good way to start. So let's start off with an arpeggio is just basically a broken chord. Okay, so when you play a C, see how we just broke it up? Okay, we're going to start by doing this, let's see, let's go, okay, so I just went up the scale, we're just playing the chord with your left hand, then repeat with your right hand. And also if you use your pedal, sounds great. I'm lifting in between each chord. Okay, so that's a good exercise, a good finger exercise, especially if you're first learning these chords. It's a good way to practice those. And you'll notice that this would be, this gives you like 3 beats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, to give you more of like a 4/4 feel, we could do this. I'm going to go up to the next chord. We could go down, it's not necessarily, but I'll just do it while we're here. Okay, so that's a lot of fun. I'm going to do one more. The whole idea of this is just to kind of have fun with this, see what kind of different variations you can come up with. The sky's really the limit with this, and I'm going to show you in a few minutes how to put this into the songs. But this could be also a good warm-up. Really get your fingers going after a while. So here's another one. Now I'm going to go to the next note up. next note up. See, with my left hand, pinky. Okay, if we want to go back down again, going down really isn't that important, so don't worry about it if you can't do it. Especially if you're just if you really don't have any experience with these arpeggios, this is your first lesson. Just don't even worry about going down. I'm just going to do it just because it's kind of fun. Okay, so you can do that going down. And notice I mentioned fun because that's part of this. Always make sure you're having fun. I know that sometimes it can get to be a lot of work, but I was reading an article about why some musicians become better musicians than others, and it's the key is the ones that become good musicians are the ones that's having fun. So you know, I enjoy playing. That's the first thing I want to do when I get up in the morning, have my coffee, and sit down at the piano for a while. So just have fun with these. There's no right or wrong. You have to experiment, make plenty of mistakes, and just have fun with it. The sky's the limit, as I said, as to what you can do. And then there's another one you can do too. This shows up in the Edna Mae Burdam book a lot. Okay, so that's another one. We're just going down. The left hand, or the left hand's going over. You could also do it like this. I was going, and then just going right up the scale. You can also go. That's a lot of fun, and you could do different notes on top too. Another good one is you can do this. Okay, so that's if you really want to get wild and crazy. That's kind of a fun thing to do. I was doing that the other day. It's just you know, if you get kind of bored and just feel like doing something fast, you can get going pretty fast with that. But you know, again, you can put in different notes. Okay, just stuff like that, lots of fun. Okay, so now let's put this to use. So we had, when we were doing Poor Little Fool, we had our C, A minor, F, and G. And then we did our little toggle thing. We're doing little variations like this. So now, as far as the arpeggio goes, how about doing this? Okay, so Then again, same thing like on Stand By Me. When the night is come. So you have a little bit more time on this one. Okay, so I was also putting the second and the fourth in there. The trick is just to keep it simple at first. Some of the stuff I'm doing, you can do that later. You'll actually find yourself doing it just naturally. And it's kind of like you're playing bongos or something. You're getting this. Okay, let me show you one other thing that I did right there. That's another kind of a fun thing you can do. Again, you might just hit random notes. You might find something that sounds good. Remember, you almost can't go wrong here in the key of C as long as you're hitting white notes. Some chords will sound better than others. It's kind of up to you. Just the whole idea of this is just to play around and have fun. So another way to make it sound good is, this is a C major 7th chord. Okay, so here's your C. You'll notice that the C major 7th makes the same shape. So instead of doing this, move everything up 2 notes. And what I did there, C major 7th, then back to this C. We could do a C6 there. This is a C6 right here. You'll see that you have another C shape right there. So you could go C major 7th, C6. Okay, then you could finish off on a C. Or just, throw that major 7th in there. It'll make the arpeggio sound a lot classier. So if you're coming from down here, okay, so that sounds really nice to do it that way. And the 6th sounds nice. Sounds a little bit muddy with that 6th. I mean, maybe if you're doing it higher. have to use kind of your own discretion on that. Some of them aren't going to sound as good. Okay, so that kind of gives you some things to play around with. Like I said, use your imagination. We'll do a couple more exercises before we end this video. Another popular one is this Malaguena. So you go that's actually going to do it first using an E minor. It actually is, I think it's E major. Okay, that's another fun one to practice. Again, this is just getting your fingers loose and just getting used to doing these little arpeggios and working up and down the keyboard with it. Here's another really fun exercise. We're going to start on the C. I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm going to do just the root note. My right hand's going to go over. Then we're going to do the same thing on F. Then on the B, E, A, D, G, back to C. Okay, so that's a cool thing to do. Actually, if you do that up to speed, it sounds really, really nice. Okay, so you could really impress your friends with that. Let's see. I think that's just about everything on this this video. I just wanted to keep it short, just give you some arpeggios. This is the time now to start working on it. Just have a lot of fun with it and work it into your chords, and it's a good way to end a song as well. You know, when you say when you come Okay, folks, well, thank you very much. I sure appreciate you dropping by. Be sure to subscribe and have a lot of fun with that, and I will see you on the next lesson.